welcome back. Taking your phone calls, 412-575-2600. Former basketball fans, third quarter in Cleveland, Cavs are up 96-75 on Golden State. So if Cleveland holds on, we might see actually a Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I didn't want to see a sweep, did you? Sweeps are boring. I don't know, but that's beside the point. Taking your phone calls, 412-575-2600. Waynard weighs in on Twitter and says, is Josh Harrison the only baller on the Pirates team? He says he thinks so. I'm not really ready to go there yet, although Josh Harrison is probably one of the guys performing the best. Adam Frazier has still been playing pretty well this year. I think he had a couple doubles tonight. Felipe Rivero, that dude's, you throw 102, you're pretty good, just saying. Mark asks about the starting pitching. He says, what's going on? They were doing well here for a while. Now not so much, except for Ivan Nova right now. Everyone else is struggling, and you may be on to something there. I'd argue that Trevor Williams, his last couple starts have been a lot stronger than the ones preceding them. I think he's turned a corner, especially since that day in L.A. where he was just seemed to get shelled at every turn. But I think he's gotten a little bit better. Chad Kuhl seems to be evening out, but definitely not where you want them to be in June. I'll say that much. Garrett Cole, really rough start for him last night. Good news, though, Jamison Tyone looks like he will be rejoining the rotation as early as maybe early next week. He had a rehab start on Wednesday. I think he threw a bullpen session today. So it looks like he is on pace to be back next week, and they couldn't use him at a better time. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to Brett in Duncansville. Brett, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi, Josh. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good. I have a Penguin score for you tomorrow and 2 questions if I can fit them in.
Okay.
My Penguin score is going to be 5-3 Penguins.
That's Sunday, by the way, not tomorrow. But okay, fair enough.
That's what I meant. And my Steeler question is, why didn't the Steelers sign T.J. Watt? And my prior question is, who will take over from manager if Clint Hurdle gets fired?
Can you ask your Steelers question again?
The T.J. Watt. I know the Steelers drafted him, and
okay,
he's the only one that. Huh?
I'm sorry. What's your question?
Will the Steelers sign T.J. Watt?
I don't see any indication that they won't. Thanks for the call. This is not something that's really anything to be alarmed about. It's June. There are teams that go into training camp before they sign their first-round picks. I wouldn't worry about it. I think they've signed, if not the rest of them, the majority of the rest of them. So I wouldn't worry about it. T.J. Watt getting signed in June, I don't think is a big deal. Now, if it's August, if it's July, and he hasn't been signed yet, then worry about it. Right now, a little bit too soon. If Clint Hurdle is fired or if his contract expires, if he just decides, you know what, I'm done. If Clint Hurdle is done as a Pirates manager, the 2 guys I would expect to be in line to take his place, one of them would be Tom Prince, the bench coach. The other one would be Joey Cora, the third base coach. I think it's one of those 2 guys. And I think it was probably strategic in making Tom Prince the bench coach. He's managed throughout the minor league system. Same thing with Joey Cora, another guy who's managed throughout the minor league system. They know a couple of these guys in the dugout now, and they've been around these guys through spring training and other instructs. So they're very familiar with this group of guys. So I would think it's either Joey Cora or Tom Prince. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to Jim in Cranberry before we take a break. Jim, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Quick point about the Pirates, see what you think here.
Okay.
I do think Hurdle's done a pretty good job in his tenure, obviously. He's got them back to the playoffs. But this team's pathetic. I mean, I'm watching them tonight. There's nothing else on. They're down by 7 runs, I think, and then I think it's 7, 12-5. And McCutcheon's playing footsies with the guy at first base. I mean, this team is a joke, and it's almost getting to the point where, we have half the team's minor leaguers, and our so-called leader is playing footsies with the other team. Get him out of here, however you can get him out of here. He don't want to be here. He wants to play like that. I don't know. I'd rather go watch a Little League game. Thanks.
Appreciate the call. That doesn't bother me as much. You know what bothers me? The Pirates were down, I believe it was 5-2 at one point in this game. Bases were loaded. Andrew McCutcheon's at the plate. This is the part of the game where you need that guy to be your best player. What does he do? Grounds into a double play. And it's happened a few times too many this season. That's what bothers me more. Taking a break right now. We'll wrap up when we come back.